I found my wedding ring in another man's car inspired by real-life situations. Adam never thought 7 years of love could begin falling apart on an ordinary Tuesday. His fiancée, Emily, had always texted if she was running late. That night she sent only 5 words. "Don't wait up for me tonight." Nothing more. He called twice. No answer. She returned after midnight, exhausted, claiming an emergency meeting had kept everyone at work. Adam believed her. At least he wanted to. A week later, while leaving a grocery store, he saw Emily across the parking lot. She wasn't alone. She smiled at a man he had never seen before and got into his gray sedan. Adam stood frozen. That evening she told him she had worked late again. It was the first lie he could prove. Over the next 2 weeks, the pattern continued. Every Thursday she disappeared for several hours. She guarded her phone, laughed at messages she never explained, and changed the password Adam had known for years. Doubt slowly replaced trust. One rainy afternoon, fate handed him what seemed like undeniable proof. Emily asked him to pick up a folder from the back seat of the same gray sedan while she spoke with the driver outside a cafe. His hands trembled as he searched. Then he opened the glove compartment. Inside lay a velvet box. He recognized it instantly. It held the wedding ring he had bought months earlier, the one that had vanished from their apartment. His heart sank. Why was it in another man's car? Adam closed the compartment before Emily returned. She smiled as though nothing had happened. He smiled back, hiding the storm inside him. That night he barely slept. Every explanation sounded weaker than the last. 3 days later, he made a decision he never imagined he would make. He followed her. She drove across town and stopped outside a small hotel. The gray sedan was already waiting. Adam watched Emily hug the stranger before they walked inside together. His chest tightened. He couldn't force himself to follow. Instead, he drove home, convinced his relationship was over. For 2 days he packed boxes in silence. He rehearsed the words he would say when she returned from work. Before he could confront her, the doorbell rang. A woman in her 60s stood outside holding an old photograph. "Are you Adam?" she asked softly. He nodded. "Emily asked me to give you this if anything went wrong." She handed him the picture and walked away before he could ask another question. The photo showed a little girl standing beside a young couple. On the back, someone had written, "Some families are built twice." Adam turned the picture over again and again, unable to understand. That evening, Emily came home earlier than usual. She noticed the photograph in his hands and her face turned pale. "Where did you get that?" she whispered. Adam finally exploded. He told her about the hotel, the stranger, the ring, the lies, and the sleepless nights. Emily didn't interrupt him once. When he finished, tears rolled down her cheeks. "I wanted to tell you," she said quietly, "but I promised I wouldn't until I knew the truth." Adam laughed bitterly. "The truth? I watched you walk into a hotel with another man." Emily took a slow breath. "Then come with me tomorrow. If you still want to leave afterward, I won't stop you." The next morning she drove him to the same hotel. Instead of a room, she led him into a conference hall where several families were gathered. The gray-haired stranger stood near a projector, speaking with volunteers. He smiled when he saw Emily. "You brought him," he said. Emily nodded. "He deserves to know." The man introduced himself as Michael Dawson, a licensed investigator who specialized in finding missing family members. Emily squeezed Adam's hand. "When I was 12, my mother told me my father died before I was born. 2 months ago, I found documents proving she had lied. I hired Michael to find him." Adam stared in silence. Michael opened a folder filled with birth records, letters, and faded photographs. The wedding ring had been in his car because Emily had shown it to him while proving the date of her engagement. It had slipped into the glove compartment without either of them noticing. The hotel wasn't a hotel at all. Hosted monthly reunions organized by a charity that helped reconnect separated families. Emily looked down. I kept lying because I wanted to surprise you after I found him. I never imagined it would look like this. Before Adam could answer, the conference room doors opened. An elderly man stepped inside, leaning on a wooden cane. The moment Emily saw him, she burst into tears. He crossed the room just as quickly. Neither of them spoke. They simply embraced after 31 years apart. Everyone around them fell silent. Adam watched the scene with a heavy heart. Every suspicion he had carried suddenly felt small beside the years they had lost. Later that afternoon, Emily sat beside him outside the building. "I know I broke your trust," she said. "Keeping secrets was wrong, even if I thought I had a good reason." Adam nodded. "And I let fear become the answer before I asked a single question." Months later, at their wedding, Emily's father walked her down the aisle. During his speech, he looked at Adam and smiled. "Love doesn't survive because people never doubt each other. It survives because they choose the truth before it's too late." Adam glanced at the ring on Emily's hand and realized it had never belonged in another man's car. It had belonged to a story he simply hadn't understood yet. Emily's father slowly raised his glass. "For 31 years I believed I'd never see my daughter again. Today I gained a family instead." The room fell silent before filling with applause. Adam looked at Emily, remembering every moment he had doubted her. The unanswered messages, the gray sedan, the hotel, the missing ring, every piece had pointed toward betrayal. Yet none of it had been what it seemed. After the guests left, Adam and Emily stood alone in the empty reception hall. "I'm sorry," they said at the same time, then laughed for the first time in weeks. Emily reached for his hand. "Next time, no secrets." Adam smiled. "Next time, no assumptions." Years later, whenever friends asked about the strangest thing that had happened before their wedding, Adam would simply look at Emily's ring and say, "I once found it in another man's car." Everyone expected a story about cheating. Instead, they heard one about trust, second chances, and a father who never stopped searching for his daughter. Sometimes the evidence tells one story, while the truth quietly waits for someone patient enough to find it. 3 years later, Adam and Emily returned to the same conference where everything had changed. This time, they weren't looking for answers. They were there to help other families who were still searching for theirs. Michael was still leading the organization, and every year more parents, children, and siblings found their way back to each other. Emily's father had become one of the volunteers, welcoming strangers with the same hope he had carried for decades. Before leaving, Adam stopped beside the gray sedan that had once convinced him he had lost everything. Michael smiled and handed him the old velvet ring box. "I think this belongs to you now," he said. Adam opened it and quietly laughed. "Funny," he replied. "The day I found this box, I thought it was the end of my life." Emily slipped her hand into his. "It wasn't the end," she whispered. "It was the day our real story began." As they walked away together, Adam realized that love is not measured by the absence of doubt, but by the courage to search for the truth before making a decision that can never be undone.